I think a lot of times when we do planning, we expect some sort of certainty. And one of the things we really have to embrace, whether it's in business planning or military planning, is uncertainty. And the fact of the matter is, when you build a plan, you don't know it's going to work. But inside that plan, you must develop, those measures of effectiveness, measure of performance. We call them KPIs in the business world, and you need to track those because ultimately those are the bridges between those assumptions that we talked about in the strategy. If we assume we can grow at this rate, we're making an assumption about revenues. And if we aren't tracking revenue, this is a very simple explanation, but if we're not tracking revenue in a way that leads us to accomplishing this vision, then we don't know when to change. We don't know when to change our expectations. We don't know if something that we thought was going to work actually works. And so I really just kind of fell in love with this notion of trying to solve complex problems and laying them out in a way that was easy for my client to understand. And so, as I started to look around the landscape and try to identify career fields after I left the Army, financial planning really just stuck out to me with respect to the ability to take what I've learned in the military and apply it to people's finances in a way that I felt familiar with. And it's one of the reasons why I work with veterans and retiring service members, because they understand the value of planning. When I talk to them about, when I give a similar spiel to all my prospective clients and I talk about the level of planning that we're going to do, they inherently understand it. And I think, frankly, that's a growth area for all planning in all different sectors, is really looking at planning more as a science that can be repeatable, but that requires using precise terms precisely and then implementing a structure around it to assist with decision making, which is what I don't see. I see a lot of, strategies that really are plans and plans that are strategies, and there's not a connection to what people are actually doing, and then assessing that back to see if what you said you were going to do is even feasible.